It's actually really difficult to sledge in Estonia, and you have to find specific spots. So we found one here. We're like standing in like some sort of, almost looks like a meteorite crater, but it isn't one. But it's like a slight hill. But we had mixed results sledging here.
We're going sledging. We're going sledging. Look at those cuties. Doubly!
Hear the echo.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's confused. But yeah, thanks. Straight in his mouth right through it. Off you go. Don't put your hands down. Don't put your hands down.
Lex? Lex? Tulisia? Lex? But today wasn't very successful. I'll show you a bit of the flat landscape, and that will give you a good idea of how rubbish it is to sledge on the flat snow. But tomorrow we're going to go to a much better place near Yugeva. What we have here is a car park, some lights, and a hill behind me that we're going to sledge down today. So Estonia has done a really good job of providing people with a means to go sledging. And I thought I'd speak a little bit about like how this compares to Wales. In Wales it would only snow maybe once a year, but not even guaranteed. Some years it didn't snow. And luckily I lived like in the Dovey Valley, so we used to be able to find loads of hills to go sledging down, but every single hill was technically a farmer's land, and every now and then we'd have run-in with farmers, and rightly so, because we're trespassing. But kids are going to do what kids do, and you know, you can't not go sledging. So that leads me to the point that Estonia, I feel like, is a lot nicer for sort of the people, in the sense that like there's more available to the public. There are things that are done to help the public, like these sledging areas. There's one in Tartu as well. They're kind of everywhere. And there's the same when it comes to skiing, like Varu. That's just free, you know, no one has to pay for it. I didn't have to pay for the parking there. Everywhere you go in Wales, guaranteed you've got to pay for parking. So I would really like to see this happen more in Wales. Like, I remember even in Aberystwyth, there actually wasn't that much green space and places for people to go other than the beach, that you felt like I can actually be here. I'm not trespassing, and I'm not going to pay for anything. I can just be here. And it was the same growing up in the Dovey Valley. I used to live in a small village, and every field was owned by a farmer, and most pieces of greenery had signs saying private land, do not go on it. The river had private fishing, no boating, no swimming, no nothing, but we used to do it anyway. Everything was just owned by someone else, and every time you tried to do something fun, you'd get pestered, because rightly so, you're trespassing. I mean, we used to get shouted at by farmers when we went sledging. We used to get shouted at farmers when we were walking along the riverbank, just doing what kids do. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, would you want us to sit indoors on the computer all day? Because apparently we don't want kids doing that either. So there was this one park, but you know, you can't stick kids in a park and then just that's your space and that's all you get. So yeah, so Wales basically growing up felt off limits at times, but we used to do it anyway. I'm not gonna like lie and say we didn't go on fields, we didn't go exploring, we went boating down the River Dovey, you know, for like 2 miles. We did all those things. But I was like an overthinker, and I used to always over worry, and I used to feel like, well, what if we get caught? And sometimes we would get caught, sometimes we would. And I just wish that in Wales there was a bit more of that sense that this country is built for me, as in for us, the people that live there, not Welsh speakers or English speakers, just the people that live there, you know? Not the people that visit there in their second homes, but the people who actually live there. Because they're the ones who make the country. I guess my main point is Estonia is built more for the people that live here, whereas Wales is basically closed off. And, you know, even going to London with all those parks, I was like, wow, you know, all free people can just walk in here, whereas in Wales, everywhere off limits. We're gonna double team it. We're on the same sledge. Here we go.
And then don't lean on me, sit up.
Oh god, Christina, darling, is this the end of the camera? Is this the end of the camera?
Oh, the camera! That's so good! That's good!
Oh, jump!
My bum! Oh my god, cramp on my foot. Ah! Ah! Oh my god. Oh!
With a cramp.